Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 in a series between mOOnGlade and mousesports' Mana here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. mOOnGlade currently 2-0 in this series. We'll see what's going to be happening here as Mouse Mana is spawning on the top right-hand side of the map as the green Protoss. Meanwhile, Glade spawning on the bottom left-hand side as the purple Zerg. So it is going to be Zerg versus Protoss once more. Would be very curious if any of them actually changed any of their races. Now, Glade has been playing pretty well, but Mana has been playing absolutely brilliantly in these past couple of games, and just absolute sheer brilliance coming in from Mana. Glade at one point did have a small advantage in game 2, but he was never really able to push or capitalize on that advantage, and because of that, took way too long in getting corruptors, and that really was the beginning of that end. You can see now drones just continuing to mine away here. Back over here, a Nexus being chrono boosted. There is that front door build that so many Protoss players and all people familiar with StarCraft 2 are familiar with. You're going to get that gateway. Is it going to be here? You know, the gateway is going to be here. Cybernetics Core is going to be here. Zealot will position itself right there instead, as now an Overlord makes its way across the map. We are going into the extractor pool build from Glade, and once more, and looks like the drones are going to double team that one probe. The probe does back off. 3 drones now go inside the extractor, so maybe a little bit delayed in terms of, oh, that drone doing a very, very good job of just dealing damage when receiving it, and because of that and the natural regeneration on the drone, it was able to deal damage and not in danger of currently dying. But the probe is now back in action, trying to get more damage, trying to just annoy Glade with those probes. The probes deal 5 damage per attack. Very, very slow DPS, but still enough that you can't simply ignore it in the early portion of the game. Gateway and Cybernetics Core now next to each other. It looks like that Zealot should be trained up right now. Wait, nope, not doing that just quite yet. Instead, getting that second gas first. So, getting that second gas first, we should perhaps be getting a Zealot now. There you go, there's that Zealot. It will be warped in right there. Overlord does not spot anything as of yet, as the probe, now learning his lesson, is not going to sit down here. The drone will make its way down, build a hatchery without any real issue there, as this probe simply returns home and begins to mine once more. Now, the key question will be, what will Mana build for his next critical building? Will he be going for a Stargate like he did last time? Another gateway, perhaps? A Twilight Council? That's all to be told, as Glade is now going to simply fly over and spot this one pylon. The Overlord getting a little bit of more site information there. As you can see, the Overlord just simply flying by, and that Overlord should perhaps suicide at some point in order to... Oh, the Zergling will be able to run in. Oh, bad news. Glade now going to be able to run in and see everything he wants to see. The perfect scouting Zergling. The Stalker will come back around. He does see... Will he spot the double gas? That is the next question. Yes, he does spot the double gas, and knows that it has been running up for a little bit of time. And, oh, gets a Twilight Council and then cancels it. Very interesting, but I do not believe... Glade does know that the Twilight Council was canceled and now going into mass gateways instead. So Mana doing perhaps a 4-gate, a hidden 4-gate, and hopes to confuse his opponent. You can see that, however, oh yes, it was spotted. Mana knows that Glade is in the top left-hand side of the map with that Overlord. He does see that there, so he knows that the Twilight Council, or he knows that his opponent knows that the Twilight Council is no longer there. Creep Tumor now being spread into position. Drones continuing to be queued up. 30 drones at this time. A very, very sizable number, as Glade is running off of 2 bases. Overlord starting to do its suicide run, and it will perhaps simply pass through here in just a moment. He spots one gateway. He should spot another gateway in just a moment, and this is going to be a 3-gate, not 4-gate, 3-gate, perhaps with a Nexus. That wouldn't make a lot of sense, though. Yeah, that doesn't make that much sense, as we can now see sentries and Stalkers attempting to shut down this Overlord. This Overlord will get destroyed. This Overlord, however, will have pretty much seen everything it needs to see on the inside of the base, sacrificing 200 minerals in order to get all of that information. creep tumors now being laid down. He definitely wants home field advantage. You can see more drones still being queued up to 32 drones now, or 37 drones now, as triple spine crawlers being added. So perhaps he's expecting a lot of gateway units to be funneling down the main center portion of the map sometime soon. More creep tumors still being added at this stage. You can see it's slowly starting to spread, as those roaches will definitely benefit while fighting on creep, especially since they do not have the glial constitution. A phoenix, a hallucinated phoenix, now doing some scouting. Zergling getting destroyed by an army of sentries and a stalker. The phoenix just pretty much like, okay, I need to see everything I need to see. There I go. Doing no damage at all. It was an hallucination after all, as Glade now attempting to take down these rocks. He may try to build the hatchery here by running the drone along the far side of the map. He definitely needs more overlords, as well as he is now going into 9 more drones. So 33 drones, soon to be 42 or 41, excuse me, as this one drone will grow up and be a hatchery in just a second. There you go, the hatchery is now completed. Phoenix just simply flying by. Gonna get, however, caught once more in the damage range of that one queen. Only 2 queens so far, but that may be enough. And no, that Phoenix does once again back off. The Phoenix, however, doesn't see this hatchery here. So perhaps by trying to destroy these rocks, it looked like he had not set up that hatchery at all yet. But now the Phoenix is going to continue to move around and just perhaps return home as those shields naturally regenerate. Army compositions 9 minutes 30 seconds into this game. Both players sitting on rather small armies. 46 drones though. So Glade sitting on a very strong economic advantage, and we'll see if he's going to be able to push it with perhaps a large number of reinforcements. Immortals, however, now being added as well, in addition to Mana getting the level 1 weapons upgrade. So that is definitely going to help Immortals and Colossi perhaps finish off these roaches here. Hatchery nearing completion, needing about another 7 seconds or so now. Overlords trying to hide themselves off over here, making sure that they are not easy targets for stalkers or void rays, making sure that there's enough food cap in the system. More drones now being transferred here as well, so we're going to have 9 drones and a queen now being trained over, and a spire also being added. So Glade looks like he learned from his last game, and now in comes the Phoenix. The Phoenix does spot this hatchery. Spine crawler and spore crawler currently being built. The standard, I don't want to get destroyed by Dark Templar buildings from Zerg players, as the Phoenix once again just gets shot. I guess it's not technically out of the sky because it's a hallucination. Observer now in the center portion of the map. You can see zealots, sentries, stalkers, immortals just sitting off over here, waiting for something to happen. There is a very large army. 14 drones though. Wow. So Glade really getting greedy on his power droning. Now up to 79 drones. That is a 33 drone difference, folks. His economy is absolutely enormous at this stage, essentially saturating 3 sets of mineral patches with 25 to 28 drones at each of them. That is going to be a huge number. I believe, he's oversaturated here, or not oversaturated. He may be just simply be oversaturated here. No, he actually has decent saturation. He's not overly saturated at any one particular base, as we are now going into Mutalists. So mass Mutalists now being added into this build, as the Stalkers now cleaning up these creep tumors. So 1 and 2 shots destroy them all, as the Stalkers continue to push out, and perhaps we'll get some damage down over here. There are a lot of spine crawlers though, so a nice reactionary tactic. 74. Will the Stalkers be able to finish this off? The spine crawler is behind, but that range is simply just not enough. There you go. The one spine crawler getting canceled, and another spine crawler as the units now try to push in. The Mutalists trying to back off. Drones attempting to run away, and everything that Glade has been working so hard for getting simply destroyed, but now in comes a massive army into the main base as roaches are now pushing in, and perhaps will be able to shut down a lot of the key buildings and the key structures. There are, only 3 spine crawlers here, a lot of Mutalisks, both sides now attempting to trade bases once more. The Mutalisks and roaches doing a lot of damage here. Drones now engaging, more Mutalisks coming across the map, massive number of spine crawlers being built on the high ground, and Glade may just try to build mass spine crawlers to just make this impossible to try to break up the ramp here. You can see another proxy pylon getting destroyed. The drones and the Immortals unable to really make their way up, and this is just a weird sight, folks. You can see the spine crawler, one spine crawler going to get destroyed. Immortals now trying to make their way in. Is the Queen going to perhaps start to engage, as all of these spine crawlers are going to start hatching and dealing massive amounts of damage, but some of them already getting destroyed. Immortals trying to engage in here. Queens perhaps should get some transfusions in as well. A hatchery being rebuilt, so a very nice base trade by Glade, as he did have a couple drones in his composition. Does he still have drones here? Yes, he still has a lot of drones. He will be able to mine away once more in a simulator built by Mana down over here, though. So that is a rather curious building. Probes are desperately trying to run away. Drones continuing to fight back over here as the main key tech buildings are being destroyed. And this was more of a desperation attempt by Glade. But Glade in a seriously better situation, as he has 15 drones. A Nexus now being hidden off on the top left-hand side. A lot of minerals. Hatcheries being rebuilt once more. These rocks have been cleared, so a hatchery here and a hatchery here. Overlord now getting shot down as well. Apparently, Mana has 1 probe, and that is it. He is not going to be able to do anything seriously, but there is a large number of Mutalisks. The Mutalisks will be able to perhaps transfer around and find enough. The Overlord's all hiding off here, so he's still able to train in more units. Zerglings now shutting down this Nexus. Mutalisks now being forced to pull back, as there is a large number of units over here. Drones need to perhaps pull away as soon as it gets 300 minerals to reestablish a base down over here. The roaches now need to push off over here. Otherwise, this is going to be a problem. Another assimilator being rebuilt. And will it be spotted is the key question. A roach now still scampering about the map. A Nexus still hidden off on the top left side. Another assimilator getting destroyed there. But there is still 1 Nexus to be had somewhere, as the Stalkers and the Immortals really just not quite sure where to go. Another Nexus hitting off over here. So this is a game of hide and go seek now, as the Mutalisks being forced to pull back. Both sides' armies are about the same in terms of minerals, but very different in terms of gas. Roaches now coming down over here will quickly spot this Nexus, take it down. This Nexus most likely will just get canceled. Is it going to get canceled in time? Let's see. Yes, it is canceled in time, as the roaches are now trying to run away. The roaches do have Gleo Reconstitution. The Stalkers do not have Blink. And now this one, where is that probe? I thought I saw, is there a probe still? No more probe in order to build. So this is the last Nexus. The Nexus cannot train up anything at all either. Creep Tumors now getting destroyed. Mutalisks looking across the map. It looks like there's only 1 or 2 more places that it could in fact be, and more creep tumors getting destroyed. Will the Stalkers find? The Stalkers are going to catch those catch those Mutalisks, but I believe that these Mutalisks actually run inside the base. No, they are stopping just short of the Nexus, as another hatchery being rebuilt here. It looks like hatchery after hatchery getting destroyed. In comes a Guardian Shield. The roaches need to find up that last base. There is another hatchery hidden off over here. Plenty of drones. No serious problem whatsoever. Drones are going to be queued up and then run away. And yes, that is going to be the GG, as Mana losing the game based upon that last Nexus there. So yes, a good game from mOOnGlade. mOOnGlade able to fight back and get in another game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3 in this set.